when I used to do shows and stuff, people always try and remove makeup with soap or some form of a cleanser, and oil breaks up oil. So oil, we always used to say oil first, then you'd break up the oil with something detergent. So like literally a bit of olive oil and then wash that off with the soap and stuff. But yeah, it was a bit of a thing. Oh, I've just had such a taxing phone call. Oh God, everything is going. There's only one thing that's actually hurting my heart, and everything else is just life. But there's just so much stuff to deal with at the moment. It's just I've got all my legal stuff going massively busy with the suing of this doctor that messed me up with the medication that hurt my joints. My heart is in the dumpster because I just adore somebody and I just said the wrong thing, the wrong time in the wrong way, and that was my fun in life, and I just need that person back, even in the context we were in, even not moving it any further forward. And I missed that so much, I can't even tell you. Then where I own my house, there's a management company issue in that a guy committed fraud and took about several £1,000s, but he then died during the handover back to the new secretary. And it's just getting incredibly spiteful between everybody involved, because people have it's just turned out that people that we thought were nice old ladies at number 11 and all of this kind of business, it actually turns out have not been paying for years and years and years, whilst spending everybody else's money on a kind of like a management fund, £8,000 of which has vanished. So there's all that to deal with. I then got Tom, who I wanted to sort out because he's decided to do French, and he's decided to do English and Spanish for his baccalaureate. And hello, he has like the closest he'll have to a second father in his life, who's a language teacher who speaks those languages. And Vero was just like, we need to put something in place. Can we please speak to him, because he's sorting out his timetable for summer? And I was just like, I'm not going to have any money off you, because when do I care about that? But it's like, you know, Claire's met Tom, and it's like, Vero was just like, you have an uncle who is like postgraduate Spanish and obviously grew up in England as well. She's like, you have access to these two languages and you're throwing it away. So there's just so much going on at the moment. But you know what? I can deal with all of it. It's just the heart thing is just killing me. The Mr. P. Anyway, right. So good. So let's just do a little trick that worked quite well with Brie in the previous group, which is a lipstick trick. So if you just think that we're just going to pout a little bit, you know, and it's just a nice little trick. So I just want you to imagine that what you're saying with a bit of a pout. So pout and shout, lips forward, chest pushed there. Any secondary resonance, Tom, will come from where you've decided it's going to come from. But your mouth is here. It just locks. It's just some people don't do well with imagining the molars together. Some people need this, like, because the action of going like this, l'action de à force de faire l'amour, that's the pout. You know, les dents supérieures, inférieures, effectivement, ça va fermer les mâchoires. It's just going to work. So let's start with Tom then, with your twang. You can show off your twang. Say for me, Luke did something funny this week. I enjoyed myself. Luke did something funny this week. I enjoyed it. Luke did something funny this week. I enjoyed it.
Luc a fait quelque chose de drôle cette semaine. Ça m'amusait.
Luc a fait quelque chose d'amusant. I dislike drôle.
Okay.
Luc a fait quelque chose d'amusant. Could you say for me d'amusant?
D'amusant.
Good. D'amusant. Yeah. Ready? Semaine.
Semaine.
Do you know what you said for week? Did you A say semaine, B say semaine, or C say semaine? Which one do you think you said?
The first time?
Semaine came out as semaine.
Yeah. Okay.
So say for me, Luc a fait quelque chose d'amusant cette semaine.
Luc a fait quelque chose d'amusant cette semaine.
That's nice. That was vowel perfect and all joined and all linked. Lovely, 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 lovely. If temporarily you are a little bit mouthier we say in English, but by my definition, as in like using your teeth and mouth. If you need to be a little bit teethier, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'd rather that and have the join and the vowels in the right place than you sound like the policeman in a lower low. Yeah, if that's what's needed, but we want long-term, all right? Ça m'a plu, lovely, lovely. Luke, it was a good idea to make use of the makeup. Go, Tom, it was a good idea to make use of the makeup.
Luc, c'était une bonne idée de...
Stand still, no. Slow down, go more slowly, go to the vowels correctly. Wrong, 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 and wrong. C'était was correct, everything else is the wrong vowel. It was a good idea to make use of the makeup. Slow down, travel from your twang to your next twang. Slow it right down, friend.
Luc, c'était une bonne idée de s'en servir
Stand still.
de maquillage.
Stand still. Where are your balls? Me. There. Target locked. How do we pronounce ER? Bearing in mind your lesson. Servir.
Servir.
Good job. Off you go.
S'en servir.
Pause. C'était une bonne idée de... What did I say? It's a good idea to make use of the makeup. So if you're making use of the makeup, yeah, can we use s'en servir? Can we use en in our s'en servir if we're making use of makeup?
You mean if we name the object after it?
Yeah.
No.
So what should it be? C'était une bonne idée de se servir.
Servir. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Or, to be honest with you, you could get away with both. One generally, or c'était une bonne idée de te servir du maquillage. Yeah.
I'm just getting it confused with other.
Slow it down, vowel accuracy, small mouth. Slow it down. I still think a smaller mouth for you and to ride through the different vowels. Luc, c'était une bonne idée de te servir du maquillage. Off you go.
Luc, c'était une bonne idée.
No. What's the word for a when it's feminine? Sorry. Not un is Spanish. What's the word for a? Remember the Hitler fiasco.
I've made a diagram.
Oh, lovely, good. Remember the Hitler fiasco? Where was the vowel for the U? U. C'était une bonne idée.
C'était une bonne idée.
Good, and I want more join between the vowels. C'était une bonne idée. Yeah, okay, carry on.
C'était une...
Don't go teethy on me. Don't go teethy. C'était une bonne idée.
C'était une bonne idée de se servir de la maquillage.
De se what?
Servir.
Close your damn mouth. Se servir.
De se servir.
Listen to Lukey. Any grammar you guys learn where you are working your mouth hard and in a difficult manner will not go in. Any grammar you learn when you say it in a casual as fuck way will go in. It's that simple. Yeah? Okay, se servir. Go on, se servir.
Se servir.
Good. Lovely. Stuart. I tried the same thing. Lynn got annoyed. It was her best makeup. I tried the same thing. Lynn got annoyed. Lynn is Stuart's lovely lady wife. I tried the same thing. Lynn got annoyed. It was her best makeup.
J'ai essayé de...
Good. More push. What hear you?
J'ai essayé de... même chose.
Pause. So clever, your muscle memory, because when you sort out someone's join, you see their muscle memory take off. So Stuart, or in a super blurry way, which makes me really happy, because when we started, you were vocally, vowel-wise perfect, but all of the sounds were separate. So that was super joined, and because it was super joined, you went j'ai essayé de, which is gorgeous. Were we going essayer into a verb? But we're not, because we're saying I tried the same thing. So we're going from try into a noun. So that won't have de. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. So, but the join was absolutely perfect. So go again slowly and vowel correctly and joined up. Off you go. I tried the same thing. Lynn got annoyed. Reflexive past. It was her best makeup. Go.
J'ai essayé la même chose. Lindsay énervé.
Good, but longer. I want it all joined. I want it all tacked together with you. Lynn s'est énervée. Lovely. It was her best makeup.
Lindsay énervé.
You should still be on A. Lynn s'est énervée. Remember, keep the previous vowel going for you.
C'était.
Don't go to Don't go to C'était. Stay on the previous vowel. C'était.
Son meilleur.
You're on song. So you have got to stay on the previous. Also enjoy them because they're nice and they are accurate. They are accurate. Stay on your previous vowel. You're accurate. C'était son meilleur. I'm going to say meilleur, I mean meilleur maquillage. Whatever. Stay on the previous vowel. Show them off. You're landing them in the right place. So show them off. Go again. Don't go. Off you go.
C'était son meilleur maquillage.
No, look, not c'était, so. Listen to me. I'm asking you, don't go to the next vowel until you're ready to slide in it. What did I say? J'ai essayé la même chose. Lynn s'est énervée. C'était son meilleur maquillage. Have a go like that. Don't go to am, and no repeats.
J'ai essayé la même chose. Lynn.
No, Lynn, no, guys. Stop going to the other day would be here. I don't want Lynn, say, don't, like you walking on the moon, go from one formal vowel to the next formal vowel. Is just vocal fry. I don't want it. Lean, go from lean, and until you're ready for the next word, lean, keep it going.
J'ai essayé la même chose. Lean, c'était.
No, Stuart, you're not listening to Lukey, and I'm going to tell you off because you're a very intelligent man. Don't keep saying J'ai essayé la même chose. Lean s'est énervé. Don't go between bits. Get rid of it. I'm not asking you to work faster. Work more slowly, but just stay on the previous vowel. Come on, no more. One more time.
J'ai essayé la même chose. Lynn s'est énervé.
You're on A. Get your ass back on a bay. Get your ass back on a bay. S'est énervé. It's her best makeup. It's her best makeup. It's her best makeup. No. Keep going. It's her best makeup. C'est son.
C'était son.
No, I don't need repeat. C'était. Don't repeat. Do your vowel. Move on.
Are we at?
It's her best makeup. Same sentence we've been doing.
C'était son meilleur.
No, there's repetition. On board of this sentence, moving on to the next one, you are not going to repeat and you're not going to say Your vowels are completely in the correct place. Your accent is too sweet. It's a waste. Don't waste your accent. Don't waste your voice. Send it forward. No repetition. No fudgery, fuckery, blah, 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 and no Gorgeous. All right, next one. Luke, you've done lots of weird videos, but honestly, this one, feminine, was the weirdest. Luke, you've done lots of weird videos, but this one honestly was the weirdest. No jumping. If you need to think, you stay on the previous vowel. Off you go.
Luke, tu as fait beaucoup de vidéos bizarres.
Why are you off bizarre? Tu as fait beaucoup de vidéos bizarres. Keep your ass on a French vowel.
It's me trying to remember what the second
I know.
part of the English was.
Well, what did Luke tell you about this? Have a flash. Luke, you've done lots of weird videos. Picture me in all my little videos. This was the weirdest. Have a mental flash. Because when you think yourself, you're a very intelligent man, you'll get mental flashes. Gotta go pick my son up from the airport. He's arriving with his girlfriend. Whatever. Hi, Dad. you know, you get a mental flash. All right, describe that picture, describe that picture. Yeah, don't memorize the words. It's not what people's intelligence is about. People don't have that word intelligence for that. Okay, my job to do that. It's not your job to copy like that. Describe the picture, describe the picture. So when I tell you a story, picture, picture. Come on. Luke, you've done lots of weird videos. This one was the weirdest. Translate, go.
Luc, tu as fait beaucoup de vidéos bizarres.
On to the next flash. This one's the weirdest.
Celui-là.
Feminine video, feminine video, feminine video.
Cela.
No.
Celle-là.
That's right. Or celle-ci, lovely, is the weirdest.
C'était le plus bizarre.
Good, well done. Notice cela, C-E-L-A, is one of the... So when you talk demonstratives, you've got demonstrative adjectives. Ce garçon, cette fille, ces enfants, ces étudiants. Cet homme, C-E-T, cet homme. You've got demonstrative pronouns. Celui-ci, celle-ci, well, celui, celle, ce, celle, plus ci, plus qui, plus que, plus bleu, plus bleu. And then you've got those three basic, again, pronouns, but you've got those, but they can also be subjects. You've basically got those three strong words which can survive on their own. Ça, ceci, cela. If you are referring to anything by its gender, and for a start, if it's a human being, you are never going to use those three. Yeah. So don't confuse cela, C-E-L-A, with C-E-L-L-E hyphen la with an accent. All right, celle-là. All right, don't confuse that. Celle-là, cela. Just do that for me, Stuart. Say celle-là, cela.
Celle-là, cela.
Perfect. Right. Good. Stuart, one more for me. I managed to find the cream I needed, but it was too expensive. Fucking £8 for that. £8 for that. Look, it's not even the size of... before it was like this big, but it's very sunny against it. So I managed to find the cream I needed. There are multiple ways of saying... Somebody I love very much this week was like, is it myriad of? They said something like, oh, is it myriad of options, being sarcastic about the fact there were two. And I was like, you can, I said, yeah, that's right. But I didn't want to be like correcting language in front of people, because also this person reads more books than anybody else I know. But yeah, I was like, yeah, you can say a myriad of choices. But what he was thinking of is that, you know, you can say myriad as an adjective and a noun. So you can sort of say there is a myriad of options and there are myriad options without the A. And we were talking about that this week. So, yeah, so Luke, I managed to find the cream. Luke said, I managed to find the cream I need. And there are two ways of saying the cream I need. So, Luke, I managed to find the cream I need. Off you go.
J'ai pu trouver la crème.
No, j'ai pu trouver la crème. Keep it going.
J'ai pu. I have to think about it.
No, but you didn't, because you were saying it beautifully. But don't get to. Okay, my point is this: you say I've got to think about it, and I'm saying yeah, that's fine. You think about it, but just don't think about it saying think about it saying crème. You're arguing that you need time to think about what's coming next, and I'm saying great. Take the time to think about what's coming next. Just don't take the time going Yeah, off you go. J'ai pu trouver la crème. Off you go that I needed.
J'ai pu trouver la crème.
Crème, no crème, crème.
C'est ce dont j'ai besoin.
Good, or just la crème dont j'ai besoin. The cream, yeah, okay. It's the one I need, c'est ce dont j'ai besoin. Well, the following are possible. J'ai pu trouver la crème dont j'ai besoin. J'ai pu trouver la crème, c'est celle dont j'ai besoin. J'ai pu trouver ce dont j'ai besoin. All in effectively would work according to how you're sort of saying it. I found the one I need. J'ai pu trouver celle dont j'ai besoin. J'ai pu trouver ce dont j'ai besoin. Or j'ai pu trouver celle dont j'ai besoin. I mean, all three of those would work. It would just be different. It'd just be like saying in English, I found. So j'ai pu trouver ce dont j'ai besoin. I found what I need. J'ai pu trouver celle dont j'ai besoin. I found the one I need. J'ai pu trouver, what was the other one I said to you? J'ai pu trouver la crème dont j'ai besoin. I found the cream I need. Yeah, so all three of those are good. Good. Nathan. Luke, something's happening. Why aren't you eating? Normally you're eating during the video. Luke, something's happening. Why aren't you eating? Normally you're eating during the video.
Luc, quelque chose est passé.
Stand
Pourquoi
still. Now go again. Let's just see whether that's rejig things. A little Control-Alt-Delete. Luke, what's happening? Oh, something. Sorry, Luke. Something's happening. Something's happening. Off you go.
Luc, quelque chose est passé. Pourquoi
I don't understand why one would logically go again with the same words if I've done a bit of a showy. Is that what you want to bring me?
Well, yeah, I couldn't figure out what I did wrong.
I mean, must my eyebrow? Apart from the person I love, basically, I just turn into complete and utter like. I worry far too much. Let's just say I can be quite a strong teacher. Should we say that? How much more sarcasm do I need to inject into the situation? It's like, do I need the Ursula eyebrow? Notice that poor Melissa, I mean, I like Big Mac, but Melissa McCarthy did not have the Ursula eyebrow in Little Mermaid. Do I need the divine Ursula eyebrow? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, my daughter once said to me, you have the eye shape of a Disney baddie, but the soul in them of a Disney goodie. I thought, that's quite deep. That's quite deep. Anyway, my point is, if I've just given a sarcastic fucking face, why are we coming out with the same information? So off you go one more time. Do you remember the sentence?
Yeah, I still don't know where I went wrong. So I'm.
Well, what did you say the first time? What verb did you use to happen?
Passé.
What verb did you use to happen?
C'est passé.
Say what you said again, or what you think you said.
Luc, quelque chose s'est passé.
Right. So the first time you said quelque chose est passé, is what you said, which is a muscle memory because est passé is something has physically passed in front. Claire says, Luke, I passed in front of whatever, the church, you know, I waved at my friend, you know, je suis passé devant. Claire said, Luke, I spent a night, whatever, with my friend, whatever, drinking, you know, j'ai passé une nuit avec mon ami, you know, something happened, quelque chose s'est passé. They're all the past tenses. I said something's happening. So number one, if you were going to go in the past, it'd be quelque chose s'est passé rather than quelque chose est passé. Yeah. So it might just be that you pronounced your quelque chose s'est passé as a Z. Yeah, which it would need to be pronounced as an S, wouldn't it? Because quelque chose s'est passé. We don't want to stress it. We don't want to stress it, but it would not be said quelque chose s'est passé. It'd be quelque chose s'est passé. Is that our first agreement? But we're in the present tense. Something's happening. Something's happening. Off you go. Quelque chose.
Quelque chose arrive.
Blah, 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 blah. Stick with the passé. Stick it in the present tense. Arrive is beautiful. That was well done. But if we're in the passé, put it in the bloody present tense.
Luc, quelque chose se passe.
So really, can we see the absolute panic and hysteria that we went into making an ER verb? Thomas, darling, how does one pronounce ER at the end of a verb?
A.
Thank you. You may go back to sleep. Lovely. So yeah, so in other words, if we've got an ER verb, I don't like saying that, but the point is if we've got an ER verb, we need to be comfortable going to the present tense. So quelque chose se passe. Lovely. You're not eating during the lesson. And again?
Luc, quelque chose se passe, tu manges pas pendant le cours.
Good, I'd like a smaller lip from you. Luc, il y a quelque chose qui se passe. Pardon, Luc, quelque chose se passe. Il y a quelque chose qui se passe. Tu manges pas pendant le cours. I'd like a smaller lip from you. You try the lip thing. Yeah. We call this in French faire la moue, to pout. Yeah, faire la moue. Ça fait Luc, quelque chose se passe. Tu manges pas
Luc,
pendant.
quelque chose se passe. Luc, quelque chose se passe, tu manges pas pendant le cours. D'habitude, tu manges
Le cours ou le cours?
le cours.
Tom, where on the body is cours vowel-wise? Show us on the body where our appeared the other day.
Down at the bottom of the chest.
Yes. He's not actually pointing to his John Thomas. He's pointing to his tummy. Lovely,
Yeah.
lovely, lovely. Nice vest. Good. Good. Lovely. All right. Could you tell us, Luke, why you're not eating? Has something happened? Could you tell us, Luke, why you're not eating? Has something happened?
Est-ce que tu peux nous dire la raison que tu manges pas? Est-ce que quelque chose s'est passé?
Go again.
Luc, est-ce que tu peux nous dire la raison que tu manges pas maintenant?
La raison pour laquelle, tu peux nous dire pourquoi. You can say pourquoi, but la raison pour some people argue you don't, but no. Tu peux nous dire pourquoi, tu peux nous dire la raison pour laquelle, tu manges pas. Good. Tom's doing the Jack, I want you to paint me like the French girls in Titanic. Do you know the trope and the meme, Nathan? Do you know the bit I'm on about?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know it's like a meme? Stuart, have you seen it? Where like in Titanic, Kate Winslet is like, I want you to draw me like your French girls. It's like anytime any animal or anything goes like that, you always say that. It's good. Good, Tom. No, that's fine. You can pop your arm up. Good, lovely. Nathan. Tom looks like Kate Winslet in the film I told you about. Tom looks like Kate Winslet in the film I told you about. Nathan.
Tom paraît Kate Winslet dans le film.
A seam going on. Yeah. So that seems like. Alors ça paraît lovely, but when it looks like Tom ressemble à. Yeah.
Oh, right. Tom ressemble à Kate Winslet dans le film que j'ai dit la chose à toi hier.
Go on, say it again.
No, I lost. Yeah. Tom ressemble à Kate Winslet.
Pause. Smooth transition. Right. You are speaking thoughts and ideas. If this were dance, you're like block, 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 block. We're a bit like Janet Jackson in the 90s, except there's no hands over her tits. Yeah, and we want a smooth, contemporary piece of work, although I loathe contemporary dance. So the back, jazz, yes, classical ballet, yes, the rest. Bleh. So tap is okay. So love tap. But basically, you're going clunk, 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 clunk. Okay? Well executed clunks, but I need it to be smooth. The human condition has thoughts. We're learning individual nuggets for those thoughts. But you've got to link those sort of synaptically as a kind of, not just for now, but for future retention. And that's what you guys want to think, because you're getting pretty advanced. You want a system that's going to work. So Stuart goes to France with Lynn. He goes, right, I'm going to speak to this person. You want a way to link it now, but you're also thinking, I want to better myself for the next time I say this, because, up and up and up and up and up. Same technique. If you go, I need to solve that and that and that and that. Yeah, so just bring it a little bit more together for me. Also, like I said, you're still working very intellectually. Like Stuart, like yourself, incredibly bright people. It's all right for Claire and I. We're thick as fuck. So basically, for me and Claire. So basically, you just got to throw it away with your mouth. Throw it away with your mouth. Throw it away with your mouth. Yeah, it'll go into a different language part. Off you go. Oui, alors Luc, tu ressembles. Off you go.
Oui, alors Luc, Tom ressemble à Kate Winslet dans le film auquel j'ai parlé hier.
I wonder, would your body be found given the current uprising in France? Save me, I'm speaking about the film.
Je parle au film.
Let me introduce you to a concept. If
Oh,
I'm wrong
yeah.
at the end of this concept, say, Luke, you're wrong. If I'm right, save me, Luke, you're absolutely fucking right. And as weird as it is, you are inside my head. Focusing as you do on strong consonants, parler and penser for you are occupying the same mental space. And because we've spent a lot of time talking about penser à, and whilst parler à does exist in another concept, yeah, your brain then just switcherooed parler and penser, and you went parler à, and then you did a very correct Auntie Lukey's 5-point star, you know, qui, à qui, auquel, à laquelle, auquel. But the pronoun we are, the relative pronoun we need is it a red, a blue, or a green? So, je parle du film. Are we in red, blue, or green, Nathan?
Red.
So, therefore, do we have any bloody business saying auquel or à laquelle in any way, shape, or form?
No, you were absolutely fucking right.
Was I right about everything that I've just said?
100%.
My life is a shit show of missing somebody I've bollocksed up and whatever, and trusting a dickhead GP. But this I know. So go again. Off you go. So Luc, alors, il ressemble à Kate Winslet du film dont on a parlé. Now, let's just stop you temporarily. Let's just talk ever so slightly about a couple of advanced things. Stuart will like this. He likes the system. We've done this before. This is called relative pronoun sandwiched. So I say we've got our 50. We've got speak about the situation. Situation I speak about. And you all do your homework eventually. You go, je parle de la situation dont je parle. You go, all right, then okay, object, then the subject verb clause. But your object could be on the end of another verb. So, for example, if Stuart says, the dress Lynn wants. Oh, I've got to go and pick some dress up from the dry cleaning. You know, the dress. So Lynn veut la robe que Lynn veut. But this presentation of the noun as an object might be on the end of another bloody verb. So if you say, "Oh God, Luke, I've remembered the dress Lynn wants," so your brain doesn't think of it that way round because you're then going, "Oh, I remembered the dress." So in other words, the I remembered the dress is the object for the first verb. Alors, je me souviens de la robe. And robe is then going to basically be your relative pronoun for the second verb. So, for example, je me souviens. And it could be that your object is being used in a green way to the left and a red way to the right. So, for example, j'adore la robe dont il parle. I love the dress, green relationship. Yeah, j'adore la robe dont il parle. Red relationship. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear female voices. Good. So in other words, just be slightly mindful of this kind of thing. That's one thing to be a little bit careful of as well. Good. Over to Claire Beth. Luke, I'm scared. You've just given us lots of grammar. Luke, I'm scared, comma. You've just given us lots of grammar.
Luc, j'ai peur.
Nice voice, nice. Your voice is literally like a purr. It is this feline quality. Send it forward. Like with Stuart, if you ain't ready to move on, don't move on. Luc, j'ai peur. Keep it going. No, don't go any faster, Claire. Show off your voice. Enjoy your voice. Show off your voice. Go again. Luc, I'm scared. You've just given us lots of grammar.
Luc, j'ai peur. Tu es vient de donner nous donner plus de grammaire.
That was all good French. When someone's voice takes off, their muscle memories start to go through the roof. Notice you've just tu viens de, there's no tu es viens de. So just say for me, you've given us lots of grammar. Plain and simple, you've given us lots of grammar. Tu
as nous donné
Pause. Say for me, you've given.
Tu as donné.
Gorgeous. Nice quick mouth. You've given us.
Tu as nous donné. No, tu nous as donné.
Lovely. Now, I don't know whether your brain went, oh, that was wrong because this was in this place, or whether you just went, that sounded fucking bogus. Great. I'd rather it be the latter. So, tu nous as donné lots of grammar. Beaucoup de
grammaire.
Lovely. Nice small teeth, Claire. Tu nous as donné beaucoup de grammaire. Go on.
Tu nous as donné beaucoup de grammaire.
Try the lipstick thing because it works. I'm not in a million years saying men can't wear lipstick or any gendered bullshit like this, but just it brings out quite a nice thing in a female voice. Oui, alors tu nous as donné beaucoup de grammaire. Go.
Oui, tu nous as donné beaucoup de grammaire.
Yes, Claire, that was absolutely native and marvellous. That works for you. Tu nous as donné, it's sensible, tu nous as donné beaucoup de grammaire. Oui. If you're not ready to move on, fine. Keep it coming forward. That was bloody marvellous, madam. All right. I don't want the next sentence to be difficult, is your sentence. I don't want the next sentence to be difficult.
Je ne veux pas la prochaine phrase d'être difficile.
There's only one word that was wrong. Je veux pas que la prochaine phrase blank difficile. What word needs to go before difficile?
Être? To be? No.
What are we doing with the verb after je ne veux pas que?
Oh, subjunctive.
If it's not going in, people, learn it musically. Don't learn it the smart way. What I do now, fine, when you have some form of a French education, you do learn this kind of stuff at school. But what I do now required sitting, thinking, computationally going over and coming up with systems. You shouldn't be doing that. It's my job to give you a system, and then it's your job just to go, blah, 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 and then for you to go, blah, 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 blah. So I'm not making fun of anybody. If somebody's less of a visualizer and more of a speaker, bully for you, because you're then going to get it in a different part of your head. I'm not even joking. It's literally your brain is going to have a better command. You're learning a language, so use the language center. How shocking. Yeah, don't use, you know, a sort of, I know this concept because different way of working, all right? So good, so just blur it through for me, Claire. Yeah, je veux pas que tu, I don't want the next sentence, I don't want the next sentence to be difficult. Je ne veux pas que...
Je ne veux pas que la prochaine phrase soit difficile.
Lovely, that was absolutely gorgeous, and I liked it for two reasons. Number one, the que was quick, but you held it on. So you went into it quickly, you held it on until you waited for the next section. The other thing I liked is that you didn't put any interest on it. Where you went, oui, je veux pas que la prochaine, and I was interested in la prochaine phrase. And the next thing was the height. Tom, did you hear the height? Difficile. That was very nice. Claire, I have a shithole existence at the moment. That has motivated me. That was very nice. All of you in this group could be fucking badass. Like badass, badass, badass good. A lot of potential in this group. Lovely. Good. Tom. I had a fabulous conversation with Joff about which trainers, that's sneakers for Americans, the character of Marty McFly wore in the film. Because I think he went to see Back to the Future, the movie, and so he had some trainers on, and I went, they're cool, they're very vintage. He went, that's what Marty McFly wore in Back to the Future. And I went, didn't he wear red and white high tops? He went, no, everybody thinks he did, you're confusing it. I went, am I confusing it with Teen Wolf? He went, yes, you are, well done. So yeah, so I had an interesting, it was Michael J. Fox. He was probably sweating, just full of sweat, you know. So I that's not a Parkinson's dig. That was just to say in the 80s, the kid was permanently wet, wasn't he? So lovely. It's to say for me, I had an interesting conversation with my friend Joff about the trainers, the sneakers that Marty McFly was wearing in the film we're speaking about. Off you go.
The film we're speaking about.
Yeah, we're going to go with that, yeah.
Okay. J'ai une conversation fabuleuse sur les sachets que Marty McFly portait dans le film, ce dont nous avons parlé. Or nous parler.
Go again. Now, no one likes it when I say go again, because I'm like, where's the error? Who knows? Off you go. Can you just do one other thing for me? Can you not bodyboard? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Be careful of that vocally, yeah?
Ok. J'ai eu une conversation fabuleuse sur la chaussure que Marty McFly portait dans le film ce dont nous parlait.
Pause. Some good work coming together. J'ai eu conversation. Notice my friend and yours, ER. Ça fait j'ai eu une conversation. C'est conversation.
J'ai eu une conversation.
There you go. So don't bang it.
Conversation.
You don't need to bang for the twang. I'll patent that. You don't need to bang for the twang. Conversation. Even quickly, it goes over the E. Conversation. Permission. Not permission. Conversation. C'est ça, conversation.
Conversation.
No, not combat, convert.
Conversation.
There you go. It's not sachant, it's sation. Conversation.
Conversation.
Conversation. As I said in the group, smoking is dumb. If you smoke, get help. Please, 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 please. Please, please, please. If you smoke, you are self-medicating. Please stop. But let's just pretend that we're that kind of French person. Conversation. Conversation.
Conversation.
Lovely. All right. Good. Joff is one of those very clever people that is like Phil, who's just read a great deal and is like, no, actually. Good. Lovely. So j'ai eu une conversation fabuleuse. Can we get the vowel correct, please? Fabuleuse.
Fabuleuse.
Lovely. Sur is usable for about, but what are we practicing in the red corner? De. Yeah. Well, apropos de, but don't use apropos de too much. Okay. Lovely. What is the word that you crucified for the word for shoes?
Chasseur.
We have got the Brundlefly, which is basically, do you know, like, what's his name? Jeff Goldblum.
You mean, but yeah.
Like it just went through that. We've got chasseur. Right, I'm going to throw this open to Stuart. Stuart, what is a chasseur? Vowel-wise, vocab-wise.
Someone that chases.
Yes, a huntsman, exactly. So someone that chases, a huntsman, as in chicken chasseur. Yeah, okay. That said, la chasse on a toilet is the flush, and if you've got la chasse, it's like you've got diarrhea. Lovely. What is a chaussure, Tom?
It's a shoe.
So why don't you try saying that word? Chaussure.
Chaussure.
Do you have any idea? You and Brendan have such a fan base. Because people think I'm really mean to both of you. And I get all these things going, you're so mean to Brendan, you're so mean to Tom. Will you please just fucking say what I said? I'm really at the end of my life, Tether. I really are. Copy me. Chaussure.
Chaussure.
No.
Chaussure.
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 Right. Let me introduce you to a concept. It's called fucking listening. No, let me introduce you to a concept. if you keep your consonants small, we're not just doing it to give us a pretty accent. Do you know, from now on, any correction I'm going to give you in French, so you've just got a fucking shitload of French, even if it's not your go. Alors, dorénavant, je vais vous parler tous en français pour que vous ayez, beaucoup de français, même si c'est pas ton tour. Okay? So, I'm trying to give you guys small ass consonants. Alors, je veux effectivement que vous fassiez des consonnes bien petites, bien rétrécies, super discrètes. That's not just so that you can link the vowels. Ce n'est pas tout simplement pour que vous puissiez attacher les voyelles. It's so that you get used to hearing smaller consonants. C'est pour que vous vous habituiez à entendre des consonants bien petites. So all of this shit that we did last week, alors tout cet exercice qu'on a fait la semaine dernière et celle d'avant, it's not just, oh, Luke wants me to have pretty accents. Ce n'est pas tout simplement, Luke veut que j'ai un accent de ouf. Je veux que taking subjunctive, but notice j'ai sounds like the subjunctive anyway. Remarque que ça ressemble au subjonctif de toute façon. It's basically like, it's so that when you listen, you can hear the small consonants, because you ain't going to hear big consonants. So say for me, sûr.
Sûr.
Now say chaud.
Chaud.
Now slide, chaussure.
Chaussure.
Don't say chaud. Chaud means you're moving your tongue. Chaussure.
Chaussure. Chaussure.
Chaussure. Like on. Say sûr.
Chaussure.
Good. So what you are doing is you are remembering the sh sound and you're wanting to carry it on again. It's sh, s, chaussure.
Chaussure.
As an exercise, try reversing them. So sure. Just see what happens.
What? Say it backwards?
Yeah. So sure. Just see what happens. So sure.
Chaussure. Chaussure.
That was ironically. Now get it around. Chaussure.
Chaussure.
Good. Okay. It's got a little bit of a weird West Country thing in the minute they go chaussure. Like just say chaussure. Where on my body is the U, please, Thomas?
The U is it's this one.
Good. And we still would like to continue to apologise for anybody gay, anybody Jewish, anybody who was harmed in the Second World War for the fact that we were drawing Adolf Hitler the other day. Good. Chaussure. Lovely. Slang word, please, for trainers. Other than chaussure, we could have basket.
Basket.
Mais tennis. Yeah. Lovely. In the film we were talking about. How do you say in the film we were talking about?
Dans le film, c'est dans nous.
Dans le. So in your version, don and le have the same vowels. Dans le. Can we hear the two different vowels? Dans le.
Dans le film.
Not don. Right. Quick check. Stuart, do you know anybody in your life called Don?
Don?
Either Donna or Don. Is there anybody in your life called Don?
Probably.
So just say to me, Stuart, my friend Don, in your own voice. Just say it to me. Let us hear it in your own voice. Just say, my friend Don.
My friend Don.
Right. So notice Stuart takes, this is why I chose Stuart. Notice Stuart basically goes Don rather than Don. All right. So can you hear that vowel to your ears is not the same vowel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can you hear, even in English, that's not the vowel that you're doing. Right. Okay. Now can you say as you Don, like an Oxford Don? Just say Don.
Don.
Okay. Now listen to Nathan, who will go longer. Nathan, would you say the word like my friend Don? Just say Don and take and say how you'd say it.
My friend Don.
Yeah, so you know that Nate. I told you Nathan will go longer on that vowel, right? So, let me tell you how I know. I just know these things, not just a shitty face. So notice that the British prefer. If I said I switched it on, Don on, could the vowel be used in French? Sorry, used in English? Yes. If a vowel that you've used could be used in English, guess which language it is, Tom?
It's English.
If I went, I've just gone and switched the light on, I'd say, goodness gracious me, there's something of the night about it. Yeah, it probably is anyway. Okay, so say for me, on. Good. What do we need that rhymes with wang, and that we need with all vowels?
Twang.
Lovely. You even twanged in English when you said twang then, didn't you? All right, good, lovely. All right, good. Justin, Tom, Stuart. Luke, I don't have too many friends with this first name. Lynn doesn't let me drink with other men in bars. Luke, I don't have too many friends with this first name. Lynn doesn't let me drink with other men in bars. I didn't mean that in a homosexual way. I meant it like Lynn doesn't let me go out, which I know is utter bollocks, but it's just for the fun of the sentence. Yes, so Stephanie, Luke, I don't have too many friends with this first name. Lynn doesn't let me drink in bars with other men in bars.
Luke,
I don't have too many friends with this first name.
Luke, j'ai pas
too many friends.
Oh, j'ai pas trop des amis. Trop d'amis.
Pause.
Trop d'amis.
Final answer. Trop what? Trop
d'amis.
Correct, because trop is a quantity. Notice, people, you can still use trop du, trop des if your quantity then spoke about the. Too many of the children adopted during the Aboriginal rehousing program weren't put back into contact with, if you're on about too many of the, okay, lots of the wine produced in France, beaucoup du vin. Of course, you can use quantity and a du and a de la and a day, but it would need to be for a reason. Apart from that, lots of water, beaucoup d'eau, lots of friends, beaucoup d'amis, whatever. So off you go then. So go again. So I don't have too many friends with this first name. Off you go. Je n'ai pas trop.
J'ai trop d'amis avec ce prénom.
Good. Je n'ai pas trop d'amis avec ce prénom. Sing it for me.
J'ai pas trop d'amis avec ce pronom.
Good. Lynn doesn't let me drink in bars with other men.
Lynn me laisse.
Now, I'm not disliking less, but can we use permettre? Tom, permettre. So Lynn, off you go. Lynn doesn't let me drink in bars.
Lynn permettre.
No, I want you to slow down and I want you to give me vowels. Because in your case, the grabbing of it quickly is meaning you are only solely using intellectual memory and not vocal muscle memory. So you're surviving very well on just that. But if you stick with Lynn, and I also want you to do another thing, Stuart, I want you to break it down to literally the syllable. Don't even go, right, that word, then that word, then that word. Literally go by syllable. Lynn, and because that will stop another thing which people do, which is to jump into the wrong form of the verb. So go syllable by syllable. So Lynn.
She doesn't let me do what?
She doesn't let me drink with other men in bars.
Oh, okay. Lynn ne me permet boire avec.
Lynn ne me permet negative. Lynn ne me permet. Where's the negative? Lynn ne me permet.
Oh, pas. Oh, no.
Lynn ne me permet pas. Now, what's going to come next? Lynn ne me permet pas.
Boire.
What's going to go after that?
Avec.
No. Permettre, right. Remember? Me. Permettre à quelqu'un faire quelque chose. Permettre à quelqu'un.
Permettre de boire.
Lynn ne me permet pas
de boire.
De what? De boire.
Boire.
Just plain and simple boire. Lynn ne me permet pas de boire with other men.
avec l'autre,
avec d'autres mecs, avec d'autres hommes,
avec d'autres hommes,
in bars.
au bar. Yeah.
Close your mouth down. Lynn ne me permet pas de boire avec d'autres mecs. He's mec rather non, it's easy to say. Lynn ne me permet pas de boire avec d'autres mecs au bar.
She just walked in while this second part was going on, so she must really wonder what's going on.
If she can hear now, Lynn, I just needed you for a comedic example, and I know obviously that you're the boss in that place. So please don't be offended, my darling girl. I fully apologise. But I'm getting Stuart to say Lynn doesn't let me drink in bars with other men. Off you go. So Lynn ne me permet pas de boire au bar avec d'autres hommes, or de boire avec d'autres hommes au bar. Off you go.
Lynn ne me permettra de boire.
Lynn ne me permet pas. So everybody's got a favourite tense of a verb. Some people like the infinitive, some people like the whatever. It's different for every verb. Don't get me wrong, the speed at which you went permettre, like a bat out of a hell, was brilliant. But Lynn ne me permet pas, present tense.
Lynn ne permet pas de boire avec
Other guys?
D'autres hommes.
D'autres
hommes. Avec d'autres hommes au bar.
Good. Your consonant discretion is very good. You just need to sing it through a bit. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how small this is, this will always feel big. You need more. And that's what we started by congratulating you on. I started by saying your vowels were all in the right place. I don't need to put makeup anywhere near you. But basically, Lynn ne me permet pas de boire au bar. You just need to make peace with how much you need vocal contacts in French compared into English, because your locations for your vowels are lush. Show them off more. Like, enjoy the journey with you, because your voice is in a really nice place. Luke let me go out as long as I no, Luke lets me go out as long as I'm home by midnight. Luke lets me go out as long as I'm home by midnight.
Is this for me?
Sorry, for Nathan.
Nathan, okay.
Luc me permet de sortir jusque minuit.
Number one is just à minuit. So Luke, that's not by definition an incorrect sentence, but can I have Luke Luke lets me go out as long as I'm home by midnight.
Yeah, I can't think of as long as.
Well, have a go. Get around it. Save me, but I'm obliged to be back at midnight. Is that not going round? Try going round.
Sure, yeah. Luc me permet de sortir, mais je dois rentrer.
Sortir ou sortir?
Sortir.
Yeah.
Luc me permet de sortir, mais je dois rentrer à minuit.
Good. Luc me permet de sortir as long as now. So what do we à condition que plus subjunctive ou tant que plus indicative. Luc me permet de sortir à condition que I prefer. Luc me permet de sortir à condition que je rentre avant minuit. Ouais, non, mais Luc me permet de sortir, mais à condition que je rentre à minuit. I mean, let's be frank. Standard slang French. You go, ouais, tu as Luc qui me permet quand même de sortir, mais je dois rentrer à minuit, quoi. You know, I mean, that's what we go with. Après, so Luc me permet de sortir, mais je dois rentrer avant minuit, whatever. Can we have à condition que je rentre, à condition que je sois de retour. So Luc me permet de sortir à condition que je rentre avant minuit.
Luc me permet de sortir à condition
sortir, not sortir. Sortir, not sortir.
Luc me permet de sortir à condition de me
you again,
rendre.
smaller consonants. Luc me permet de sortir. Luc me permet de sortir.
Luc me permet de sortir
That's not-
à condition
Now
de
that
me
was nice. What
rendre
you're
à
finding
minuit.
there, I apologize, pardon me interrupting you. What you're finding there, that was really rude. What you're finding there is the throw. Do you remember we spoke about the throw? Oh, yeah, Luc, il me permet de sortir. Yeah, okay. The throw is good, but the throw, don't confuse, and the brain, when you get this advanced, confuses two things. The melodic intervals between the notes you're going to and the vibratory locations of secondary resonance. Christ, I know I'm a dumb fuck that walks around in gym vests and teaches, but I do know my shit. So basically, don't confuse where the note is going, like me, and the ew. So remember, an exercise that's very useful for the advanced is to say a sentence and keep it all on the same melodic note. So this I used to call staying on the flat. Stuart's done this back in the day. So basically, je vais venir te voir, je vais venir te rendre visite, almost like a monastic chant, because it gets you, and then change the note, je vais venir te voir, je vais venir te rendre visite. So if you look at it, it's like me, but you listen to how the note, the vibration of your voice makes you feel it's moving. Je vais, it sounds like it's going up, but it's not. Je vais te rendre visite. Yeah. Je vais venir te voir, je vais te rendre visite. Je vais venir te voir, je vais te rendre visite. Then pick another one, like the same note, and change the. Then pick the same vowel and change the note. Tu, whatever. So that then we get a little bit of an ear for this whole kind of process. It's just a nice thing to be doing. So go again then with your sentence.
Luc me permet de sortir à condition de me rentrer à minuit.
À condition que je rentre avant minuit.
À condition que je rentre à minuit.
Avant minuit.
Avant minuit.
Nobody
Luc me permet
here,
de sortir.
Nobody here out of the four of you needs to ignore this next piece of information. Say it in English, say it in French. You're all good enough to push yourself to that level. Yeah, you know, Luc lets me go out as long as I'm back by midnight. Oui, alors Luc, il me permet de sortir à condition que je rentre avant minuit. If it don't sound normal, don't say it. Yeah, if it doesn't sound human, does it sound like anything you're likely to hear from anybody else as well? All right, off you go. Claire, next for you. Luc, what are you talking about? I leave the house at midnight to meet my friends. Luc, what are you talking about? I leave the house at midnight to meet my friends.
Luc, qu'est-ce que tu veux dire?
Pause. Now, qu'est-ce que tu dis is correct French, but what would give me what are you talking about? Which preposition have we been using up until now, Claire, for the word about?
De.
Good. And when we have a preposition, think of our 15. Do you know what I mean by our 15 people? 5 in the red, 5 in the green, 5 in the blue. What word must one use for what? Question what when we've got the red? Any memories?
Quoi?
Quoi. Spot the fuck on. So basically, anytime you've got a de and you need to make it a what question, use quoi. De quoi tu parles? Tu as besoin de quoi? Hein? So say, Luc, what are you talking about? Luc, de quoi tu parles? De quoi tu parles? Small T, de quoi tu parles?
Luc, de quoi tu parles?
It's meant to be one rung above where you are because you are a smart little cookie and you're getting better every week. Except it will feel shit. It's very upsetting when someone always pitches a sentence one above where you are because you never feel that you get to celebrate and show off what you can do. That basic ass point was explained to me as a child in dance. Alors effectivement, cette description hyper basique, on me l'a dû me l'expliquer quand j'étais petit because I was working my arse off literally to dance stuff correctly. Parce que quand j'étais petit, alors j'ai tout fait pour le faire correctement. And like every goddamn week, I just felt I was awful. Alors j'avais l'impression d'être nul. And one day, lovely Marilyn approached me. Alors la belle Marilyn, elle s'est approchée de moi and she was like, you realize every week this is getting tougher and tougher, and that is why you never feel that you're consolidating what you've done the previous week, and you will always feel crap. But she's like, but then if I gave you what you did easiest thing in the entire world. Mais tu vois, tu te rends compte que si je te donne ce que je t'avais donné il y a 6 semaines, que ce sera la chose la plus facile du monde. So it's like, don't be like, oh, fucking hell. I'm deliberately, we're pushing the rung up. Yeah, I just assume in your own time, people, that you'll practice your sort of basic ass sentences that you're getting in other people's videos. Yeah, so it's always deliberately one echelon, one rung higher than where you were last time. Does that make sense? Good. Lovely. So, Sophie, what are you talking about? Say it again for me. De quoi tu parles?
Luc, que tu parles?
De quoi tu parles?
De quoi tu
De
parles?
quoi tu parles?
Sorry. De quoi tu parles?
So smaller teeth. Do me a lipstick. De quoi tu parles? De quoi tu parles?
De quoi tu parles?
Nice. Now try different melodic notes. De quoi tu parles? Slightly higher. De quoi tu parles?
De quoi tu parles?
Yes. You need a reason to forward your voice. So you need more personality in it. You need a stronger. You need more entitlement to give your opinion. De quoi tu parles? Go on, be condescending. De quoi tu parles? Go on.
De quoi tu parles?
Yes. Now be like joking. Ha ha ha. Mais de quoi tu parles? Don't be ridiculous. De quoi tu parles? So mock them ever so gently with a high, happy voice. It's somebody you love and you're going, don't be silly. I'll pay for this. So someone says, I'm going to get this. And I say, no. Just say, de quoi tu parles? Go and be loud and be free. You're going to pay for a young person's drink. Go, de quoi tu parles?
De quoi tu parles?
No, that wasn't strong enough personality-wise. They're not going to think you want the drinks. De quoi tu parles? I'm paying for this. De quoi tu parles? Push your personality forward.
De quoi tu parles?
There you go. Do you see? So notice how if you don't have a solar plexus sort of reason to... This is triggering for me because I completely opened my solar plexus on the 27th or whenever it was of April and just went with all my emotions in the world. But yeah, this is French for you. You need to basically have an increased, feelings sort of thing for this to work vocally. I'm not saying you don't get super super shy, discreet people in France, but while you're trying to get the voice, you kind of need this. Good. Next sentence, Claire. Luke, the girl you told us about now lives in France. The girl you told us about now lives in France.
Luc, la fille que tu as dit.
Pause. What is the preposition that we'd use for about?
Donc,
What is it? What is it?
Tu parles.
That's it. Off you go.
Luc, la fille dont tu parles.
Le fille ou la fille?
Non, elle habite en France.
Elle habite en France.
En France.
And again?
Elle habite en France.
Good. La fille, Luc, la fille dont tu... So what would be the girl you spoke to us about? What would be you spoke to us about?
Luc, la fille dont tu en parles. Tu as parlé.
Tu nous as parlé.
Tu nous as parlé.
Tu nous as parlé.
Tu nous as parlé.
That's it. Go again.
Luc, la fille dont tu nous as parlé.
Good. La fille dont tu nous as parlé lives in France.
Elle habite en France.
Nice accent. She decided to move with her lover. Not her boyfriend, not her husband, her lover. She decided to move with her lover.
Elle a décidé de déménager avec son amoureuse.
That's very, very elegant, but we're not going to be living Newton-John. So what's the word, the proper word for a lover? Did you get that reference, Tom?
Son amour?
Tom, did you get that amoureuse reference?
I tried to, but I didn't. I'm sorry. That one failed.
It was a song. Yeah. Véronique Sanson, I think it was originally. Did you live in Newton-John? But yeah. So what's the word for lover, Claire?
I thought it was amoureux, but
Amant
Amour?
or amante?
oh, amant. Oh, amant.
Mon amant,
Oh.
my lover. Not like West Country, you're at my lover. Cider. Cidre, mon
Cider.
amant. Good.
Can you spell that for
Unfortunately,
me?
she had to do it because of the police. Unfortunately, she had to do it because of the police.
Malheureusement, elle doit de faire.
She had to action. She had to do it because of the police.
Malheureusement, elle a
She had to. I
fait.
can't hear anything. She had to actions. Elle a.
Elle a dû.
Don't guess. Speak. Do it because of the police.
Elle a dû faire parce que.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
De le faire parce que du mec.
Pause. 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 No. Remember what's because when we go into a noun. We did this when we did some conversation work together. Parce que. Que. What comes after que, people? Subject doing verb. So because of the police, we can't use parce que. So à
cause de la police.
Good. That's it. That's it. Because what are we generally learning comes after que? A subject doing another verb. I mean, fine, there's examples like il est plus grand que moi, but generally it'll be like pour que someone does something. Que normally gets followed in this kind of work by a subject pronoun and then a verb, and sometimes it's subjunctive. Not always. That's basically it. Okay. She said to herself, reflexive. She said to herself, elle
s'est dit.
I can't stay in England.
Je ne peux pas rester en Angleterre.
Okay. I've stolen too much money.
J'ai volé beaucoup de l'argent.
Saved me lots of money. Bearing in mind I spoke about this earlier. How do you say lots of money? Beaucoup
d'argent.
Good. Now say too much money. I spoke about it earlier.
Trop d'argent. Trop d'argent.
Thank you. Now she lives in Melbourne.
Maintenant, elle habite à Melbourne.
Okay. She used to work in London.
Elle travaillait à Londres.
Okay. I think Tom knows this person.
Je pense que Tom sache cette personne.
No. Liking that Kurt inspired a subject.
It's sache.
Subjunctive. No, and what's the verb to know a person? What verb is it? Is it savoir or connaître?
It's connaître.
Yeah, so I think that Tom knows this person.
Je pense que Tom connaît cette personne.
Good. Stuart. Luke, I never knew Claire was a criminal. I never knew Claire was a criminal.
Luke, j'ai.
I've changed the order, Tom, just to mix it up a bit. I didn't know. I never knew Claire was a criminal. If it goes just. So Stuart. So I never knew Claire was a criminal. It's just that.
Luc, je savais pas que Claire était une criminelle.
Good. Okay. That's why she doesn't like to turn on the camera. That's why she doesn't like to turn on the camera.
La raison pourquoi.
Well, you can say sang. Like say pourquoi. You can get away with that. Say pourquoi. Yeah, she doesn't turn on. Yeah.
C'est pourquoi. Elle aime pas
allumer as opposed to éteindre.
Allumer la caméra.
On this occasion, the webcam will be fine. The webcam. Okay. The webcam.
The webcam.
Okay. She needs to camouflage her criminal identity, Stuart. She needs to camouflage her criminal identity.
Il lui faut.
Pause. I am bored on need. Welcome to the Need Show. Slap, 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 slap. 4 slaps. Need for a verb. Use bloody devoir. Don't bother with buzzword. Not yet. We've got it out of the way. We'll bring it back as in when we need it. Need for a noun. Il me faut. I thought Tom was in an exaggerated fashion laughing at my shit humor, but he was actually sneezing. He was allergic to the shit humor. Okay, so yeah, so basically, needing a thing, il me faut, needing a verb, devoir. Stick with that. Yep. So she needs to she needs to hide her. She needs to camouflage her criminal identity. I think.
Elle doit camoufler
Good.
son identité.
Pronunciation.
Son identité.
Pronunciation.
Prononciation.
No, pronounce the word identity properly.
Identité.
Thank you. What's criminal as an adjective?
Criminal as an adjective? Oh, so identité.
Identité. Don't speak in English. Identité.
Identité. Oh, still criminel.
Criminel. Criminel.
Criminel.
Okay. When we went to Besançon, she had 3 passports.
Quand on allait à Besançon.
Pause. Now that's not grammatically incorrect, but it's when we went as an action. When we went as an action. Don't click, Luke. It hurts. When we went to Besançon, she had 3 people. We went as an action. Quand on actions have what, Stuart?
It says est allé.
Lovely. To Besançon, she had 3 passports.
She elle avait 3 passports.
Good. Your general comprehension of whether we use a passé composé or an imparfait is pretty spot on, Stuart. With that, well done. Okay. Good. Nobody knows why. Nobody knows why, apart from me.
Personne sait pourquoi.
Apart from me.
Avec l'exception de moi.
Now that's gorgeous. That's possibly the most chic and elegant go round I've ever heard in the history of going round. Well done. À part moi. À part moi. Good.
Something like that, but I don't want to.
Very nice. Good. Nathan. Luke. Recently, with all the violence in France, I burgled a house and stole a passport.
Luc, avec-tu la violence en France?
Now your vowels and your accent are coming on really nicely. We need a slightly less chipper personality download for when you're. I mean, far be it from me to critique a bit of sarcasm, because as you know, but we don't always need it. So you're sounding very authentic tonally now. But if you're saying that, we need moaning Nathan as well, don't we? Do you know what I mean? We don't always want like, oh, I'm going to shoot you in the face and kneecap you. We need like we need a sort of actually that's quite hot, but we need like a kind of like we need like a kind of like I'm such a bastard apart from the person I love, and then I'm such an absolute fucking useless, powerless dick. It's so stupid. And I know that he wants the bastard. So off you go. If only he knew. If only he knew. So for ages and ages and ages, I was really concerned that he was like watching this and thinking, God, Luke's such a sarky, mean prick. And then I realized when I then turned into the nice guy that I fundamentally am, I was like, oh no, he's less interested now. So good. Off you go. So yeah. So for me, I burgled a house and I nicked a passport.
Luc, avec-tu la violence en France maintenant?
Toute la violence
en France maintenant. J'ai volé mon passeport d'une maison que j'ai
cambriolé.
Yeah.
So say for me, Luke, I hate you. You're a fucking son of a bitch. And put that tone of voice into effect.
Luke, je te déteste. Tu es
no,
une
you sound like
merdique.
you give me a bloody dick tickle. You sound pissed off with me. Hey,
Luke, je te déteste.
Right, say for me, excuse me. madam, but I've already paid you. What are you talking about? Listen to Auntie Lucy. Oh non, 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 mesdames. J'ai déjà réglé. Mais de quoi vous parlez là? Non, 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 non. Je vous en prie. Sound a bit pissed off. Yeah, that kind of tone. I'm going to give you a situation. I want you to sound pissed off. Can't let them walk all over you. I'm sorry, but I don't agree. Let's start with something basic. We'll work up to some form of like satanic Beelzebub ritualing worship, you know, otherwise known as Claire's Thursday night with the girls. But we'll start basically. So say for me, Luke, Luke, I don't agree with you. Luke, I don't agree with you.
Luc, je suis pas d'accord avec toi.
Speed doesn't mean aggression. You also sound happy. Luc, je suis pas d'accord avec toi. Tu es qu'un fils de pute. T'arrêtes pas de nous critiquer. On te donne de l'argent. On a bien travaillé pour avoir cet argent. Et tout ce que tu fais est nous critiquer sans arrêt. Putain, j'en ai marre de ta gueule. You don't always have to be quick to be nasty. Luc, je vais te trouver chez toi à Londres. Je vais prendre un couteau, je vais t'égorger, je vais laisser couler ton sang, je vais, franchement, you know, we don't need to. And then likewise, speed can be really happy, it doesn't need to be aggressive. Oh putain, mais Luc, je t'adore, franchement, mais tu travailles comme un taré pour nous aider, quoi. Effectivement, t'arrêtes pas de nous dépanner parce qu'on a quand même un français de merde sans toi. Qu'est-ce qu'on a fait du progrès grâce à toi? Merci infiniment, Luc. Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire pour te remercier? Le reste de ma vie, j'arriverai jamais à te remercier pour tout ce que tu nous as fait. Happy can be quick and angry can be slow. All right? I need you to be the human story that you're thinking of. Good. So save me. I've just received a message from somebody who's annoying. Just received a message from somebody really annoying.
So the last part you cut out. Someone who
Bye
is...
bye. I've just received a message from somebody really annoying.
Je viens de recevoir un message de quelqu'un qui est très en avant.
When you speak as you have such a worldly, nice thing. I just need to get rid of the Mary Poppins a little bit in the French. Do you know what I mean? And stuff.
Yeah.
This is what happens when someone has gone into a job and they're trying to be like young, chipper, helpful, lovely young man, handsome, well-dressed, whatever, clean. Fine, great. But there's times you need to be a bit jaded. Otherwise, people will walk all over you. Let me tell you. God, it's because I've been you in a relationship for the past fucking year. But now people think I'm just that. So it's just like, I want you this week to listen to people who are in a mood with other people. Yeah?
Okay.
I want you to write out, in all seriousness, I want you to type into Word, or whatever your processing is, and either a monologue or ideally a duologue between two people, a dialogue, where you basically just go, well, what the fuck, why did you do that? Well, I thought you would so. Well, you said you were going to, you know, and I want you to literally write that out. And then I want you to just literally copy paste the whole thing into Google Translate. You might need to go to Google Translate, not the app, like the whole web page. And then I want you to play around with it and make sure it works. And you're going to perform it for us next week. In fact, I'm actually going to do that as homework for everybody. I want you. Stuart does this exceptionally well. Stuart's done this for ages, but that's just basically someone who's like, you know, spent time in New York, let's be frank. You know, he can defend himself vocally, but Stuart does this very well. He takes off the French of this quite well as well. So Stuart is going to do the opposite. Stuart is going to write down a loving monologue of why he loves his grandchildren, and he's going to show us that with his voice. Because Stuart can do that. Pourquoi est-ce que tu l'avais? I mean, that he does brilliantly. Everybody else, I'd like you to pick an emotion and I'd like you to write a little piece. Just Google Translate it. I'll check it by all means. Okay. Because you're going to post it into the group text box so that we can all read it. And then you're going to perform it with this emotion through it next week. Is that quite clear? So if it was a happy one, oh, so Stuart's talking about his grandchildren. Oh, alors moi, j'adore ma femme, j'adore mes enfants, mais franchement, quel bonheur de pouvoir voir ma fille avec ses enfants. Franchement, quand je l'ai vue, quand elle était une petite fille, alors j'imaginais jamais qu'un jour elle deviendra mère de famille. Qu'est-ce que je suis fier d'elle. C'est une maman sublime. Voilà. L'aîné et moi, on va considérer, on va peut-être déménager là-bas pour pouvoir passer du temps avec ma famille. Whatever. Claire might want to be like anything that's not clipped for you, Claire. Anything that's longer. You know, like an excited but longer excited would be quite good for you. Oh, like we went somewhere. Oh, Luc, on est allé voir ce parc. Alors j'avais trop envie d'y aller parce que mon amie Rose, elle m'a accompagné. Oh, Luc, mais tu aurais dû voir les fleurs, les arbres, c'était formidable. Alors cette année, je pense que je vais y aller avec toi, mais whatever. Any kind of like excited thing, that would be good for you, but longer. Okay? Nathan, I want you to be a miserable son of a bitch. Yeah?
Okay.
Pissed off, some form of like whatever. And it doesn't need to be rapid bullet fire. It doesn't mean to be je te dis de plus. It can be like, Madame, si vous allez continuer à vous comporter ainsi, je vais devoir parler avec votre patron. Parce que franchement, votre comportement n'a pas été acceptable. You know, whatever, I need that rather than, Madame, vous êtes une sale garce. You're a nasty bitch. But with this happy. Because this, it's, do you know what I mean? It's not like,
Yeah. I've never had practice yelling at someone. I always am like nice old people over tea here.
so was I. For last, you just, right, in all seriousness, sérieusement, we need to do this for the following reasons. Alors, il faut le faire pour plusieurs raisons. Pour les raisons suivantes. Any form of an emotion, as I've said to all of you, will engage your reason to push the sound. Alors, n'importe quelle émotion, toutes sortes d'émotions, pour vous tous, effectivement, ça vous encourager à promouvoir, à insister avec le son, yeah? Projeter le son. Secondly, it's going to paralyze the consonants. Alors, largement, ça va paralyser, effectivement, ça va rendre plus handicapés les consonnes. You're not going to be able to overuse the mouth. Yeah? Vous aurez plus cette surutilisation de la bouche. You know, your palates are going to have to calm down. Alors, vos palais vont devoir se calmer un tout petit peu. Secondly, it's just the tones. It just starts you listening to notes. Alors, vous commencez à écouter les mélodies. Yeah, it's just a really good thing. It's an advanced thing, but it's good. Yeah. And finally, what does it come down to? Finalement, il s'agit de quoi? It's about imitation, isn't it? Imitation is the linguist's skill. Yeah? Good. Let me press stop for 1 second. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember that I have a Kofi link underneath. The chappies and the chappess pay me. But if you guys have enjoyed it, there's a Kofi link underneath. By all means, I would gratefully receive a coffee, let me tell you. £10 today to go for Lola's for a cake and bloody cup of tea. So yeah, I should just press stop. Thank you guys who watch online, and thank you for your lovely emails. If you do think people here are doing really well, do write underneath and comment on them, because, you know, it's obviously a lot of work. Good.